George was right about this winter. She's been pretty bad. Hey, look at that. The only thing that's lasted was George's snowman. And I'm being spot on about that. George made that snowman. Can you believe it? In fact, that's probably George's hat. But yeah, the snow did eventually melt away, and now we can actually see the ground. And luckily, looking at the field, and it doesn't look too bad. We haven't taken much damage with it. It's still going and it's still growing, which is a great news. I was worried about that at one point. I'm just hoping the snow doesn't fall heavy again. What are we, 9 o'clock? Yeah, snow's coming again. Ah, hey up George, where are you off to?
Oh, I'm going to be out all day, Scroft. Got something really important that I want to try and get done today. Actually, I might need you later on, so if I do, I'll give you a shout, but it will be later on. I won't be back for some time.
Okay, no worries. I've got a few things I want to do today anyway, so I'll hold the fort, as they say.
Hey, I just noticed. You're looking at my snowman. About the only thing that lasts out here nowadays.
Yeah, I was admiring it, George. I was actually thinking if that's your actual hat. I can actually imagine you in that, George. I think you'd look good.
Hey, you take the mick now, but you'd love an hat like that. Look how good that snowman looks with that hat on.
Yeah, if you say so, George. I'm alright with my cap, mate. I'll keep that on. Anyway, enjoy what you've got doing today. Hopefully you get it sorted out.
Will do. See you later.
See you in a bit, George. Looks like he's off out for the day. God knows what he's up to this time. He did get through some logs. We didn't get through them all. We have got plenty. I've started to bring some inside, and his pile's gone down a little bit. So he's been using them. But this snow's bad. Surprised he didn't mention anything about the weather. Don't think we need to do any of the spreading, but I do need to take that back at some point. Gonna keep hold of it until George tells me otherwise. And the only snow, look, we've got snow in the trailer. That's how much snow we've had fallen. It's built up. So yeah, a few things I want to do on the farm today. I have already been and sorted the cows out, give them some feed. I've actually cleaned off the leyland as well, so it looks spotless at the moment. You can see the scratches more on it, but it looks pretty decent. But yeah, my plan is to try and sort things out a little bit more around here. I have tried to tidy up a little bit in the last few days, but it's going to be difficult. But with George not being here, I think it's a good time to get through some bits and bobs around the farm. And I do want to try this out today. Get a straw bale spread, and we're going to try and use this. I'm hoping George won't mind. He's not told me not to use it, but he's also not told me to use it. But I think instead of just breaking up a bale by hand, why don't we actually try and break one up within the cow shed? I think it'll be a good idea, so we're going to do that today. But my main focus of the day is to get another layer of fertilizer spread, because we borrowed this off Tony and I know he's going to need it back, so we're going to try and spread another layer of fertilizer if the ground's hard enough, and if it is, we can take this back later on and then we can wipe our hands of that. I don't think George was too pleased with us borrowing Tony's kit, so if we get it back and use the fertilizer, I think that'll be a good idea. So yeah, let's get to work. Let's get through some stuff so we don't have it hanging over us. We can get through this today, I'm sure of it. And you never know, the snow might come down even more, which might make our job a little bit difficult later on. So let's try and get as much done now. I just got to try and remember where I put the bag of fertilizer. Right, so I found the fertilizer. But I am actually going to just move this out of the way so we can get some stuff out. Now, because George isn't here, I'm actually going to use the 7810 Ford. I think we might be able to just give it a go. And if George asks why, well, we just need to keep it running, keep it active. That's going to be my excuse anyway. So yeah, we're going to have to move out the cedar, get the fert spreader out, and then the bag of fert's right by the load all. This is pretty easy access for us. So Now let's get this done. I do like this 7810. It's such a nice tractor. I think George was right all along. This is the cream of the crop when it comes to our kit on the farm. I know he said he was looking at another tractor. I've heard absolutely nothing about that. So I don't know if it's still going to happen. I hope so. I've heard nothing. I haven't heard much really in comparison to his ideas. He just springs them onto me last minute. That's normally how it works. I mean, the farm build, I've heard nothing of the plans. Well, all I do know is we're going to have more cows. So he's obviously going to have more sheds. There's anything I can guarantee that I know. Well, I don't know what we're going to do. Plans-wise, I don't even know how it's going to even end up looking. So, yeah. Interesting, to say the least. Don't want to hit the trailer, just about. There we go, so we drop that there. And that should be okay for a little bit. We don't want to leave it out too long, just because of the snow. I'd rather keep it out of the elements, to be honest. I still think we probably made the right call using this and borrowing it off Tony, but we did take a bit of a risk. I think it might have annoyed George, but I guess he saw the value in asking as well at the same time. Saved him a bit of cash, didn't it? I think that's what softened the anger, let's say, or the anger aimed at us anyway. Let's drop that down, probably makes sense. And you know what, in this weather, it's definitely weather to stick that beacon on. Right, so that's where I've put the fert. So let's get in the load. Oh, God, it's freezing in here. Absolutely freezing. There's the bag gone. Empty. So let's hope that's enough to get us through. Ooh, there we go. There isn't much in there. Which, if anything's a good sign, because we've used the whole bag on what we intended to use it on, and we're not going to be taking any back when we drop the fertilizer spreader off later. So yeah, not too bad really in the end. There we go. Yeah, we're running low on silage. Might have to buy some more of that soon. Plenty of hay. Plenty of hay. We really did make a good choice in making them hay bales. We should get some more straw eventually, but probably going to need to buy some before we even think about doing some straw bales from the canola. Right, so let's get out to this field. We'll check the field out just to make sure it's good. I mean, these are heavy tyres on this tractor. Might have to switch over to the Leyland if not. Just because they are, I think they're more narrow. Yeah, I'm pretty certain on it. Ah, look at that. I'm proud of that. I really am. Look how she's cleaned up. She looks spotless now. She really does. Just goes to show what a good tractor this is. We made the right decision there. There we go. Right, so let's have a look. Yeah, it's not too soft, the ground. It's definitely frozen. I mean, we can't really do it any other time. I think we're just going to have to stick it down and hope that it's the right time to put this down. I think we haven't really got much of a choice, unfortunately. So let's get to work and get this spread, and then we'll sort out the straw and we'll go drop this off to Tony. Yeah, the crop's bouncing back up. That's the main thing. With it being frozen, you can get a bit worried that it might not do that. Yeah, so far so good. Let's just hope it lasts out and get round the field at least. It's blooming grim outside, isn't it? Really grim, and this snow is starting to fall heavy. But I think we've got through the whole field there. So we'll have to check how much we've got left. when we drop this off. Don't want to be taking too much back, do we? Just hop up here. There is a bit in there. I'll tell you what I'll try and do. I'll try and get it out and leave it to one side if possible for when we take it back, or else George is not going to be happy even with that small amount. It's a penny wasted, that is, for George. Right, so let's get this parked away, just out of the way of this yard bit. So what we're going to try and do now is actually bring out the straw blower. We're going to try and get a bale in. So the first thing I need to do is obviously move the cow trailer, or the cattle trailer out, and then yeah, we'll try and figure out the rest after, I guess. So I did empty out the remaining fertilizer, so we're not going to be sending it back with anything. Just turn off the beacon. There we go. Job done. Yeah, we're not going to be sending it back, so that'll keep George happy. But yeah, I've just got to try and get this out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up probably to... Let's get the Leyland out. Let's try it with the Leyland. I think it'll do the job. I'll bring the Leyland up and I'll also move that out, and then we'll get ourselves a straw bale and try and get this sorted out. I'm hoping it works. A treat. I've never used it and never seen George use it, but I guess it's got a good chance out of all the equipment to run, because it has been inside, it's not been outside. So hopefully that's kept it in good nick, and it is pretty decent. Of all the tools and pieces of equipment on George's farm, that's probably one of the best. Right, we're actually just going to keep the pallet forks on for this, because we can still pick up this bale perfectly fine. There we go, that's easy enough, first step. All we need to do is actually try and get the straw blower out now. It's going to be a tight squeeze in here. I have moved out the cattle trailer, but that's I don't know how George got that in. He did a pretty good job. Let's figure this out now. Don't want to scratch this tractor, do we? I think we might just be okay there. Yeah, we are. That'll do. A little bit high up, but maybe it is the wrong tractor after all. But I think we can still do this. Just about. That is a really tight squeeze. There we go. Surprised we even got that out, to be honest. But we did, and that's the main thing. So let's swing it around and we can get the bale in, and then we can try and use it, which is the whole point in having it. So I'm surprised George has not used it before. Maybe he didn't want to try and get it out of the barn. Hopefully we've saved him a job there. Right, so how are we going to do this? This thing. Let me see if I can open the back door. There we go. That's perfectly fine, that is. I might have to drop this bale and pick it up from a different angle. So let's just quickly do that. Right, so I believe if I just leave this on that back door, it should, when we lift the door up, send it back in. That is the idea. So let's see if it works like that. I'm hoping it does. It's going to be interesting to use her, but what I will do is I'll open this, and we'll open this for the cows, because we want to give them some bedding. I'm sure they won't mind in this weather to have a load of loose straw thrown all over the reds. That's pretty much what's going to happen. Yeah, that worked a treat. There we go. Look at that. Bit forward. And it's doing the job. Look at us. It works. Tell me now, George. We should have used this before. I'll have to mention to him. He's got to be happy with that. He really has. That's much better. Got some nice fresh bedding. And it is a lot more even by doing that. So they'll definitely appreciate that in this weather. So we're going to have to start using that, I'd say, in the future. But let's close the door for them so it doesn't get too cold in there. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good job. So we may as well park this up now. There isn't much else to do on the farm today except just top the cows, feed up later on. But I think right now we should probably go and drop this spreader back off to Tony and get that done. It's another job ticked off the list. Oh, I tell you one thing, the snow's starting to settle now, which is not what we want. It really isn't. That lady's got no jacket on. I bet she's freezing. Anyway, let's go drop this off to Tony. Hopefully he'll be in. I'm assuming that he's at his farm. Ah, so his garage door's open, which is a good sign. So, what we'll do, because we picked it up from in there, we may as well drop it off back in there. Let's reverse this in. Because obviously with him feeding the cows quite a bit, he's always blocking this way off. I think we can just about squeeze past there. I hope so anyway. Yeah, just about. There we go, job done. The one thing I won't be doing is cleaning it off. We cleaned it off to get it, but I'm not going to be cleaning it off to when I send it back. I think he'll be alright about that. So we'll quickly speak to Tony, but let me just pull out and park up to the side over here. Definitely keeping the engine on. Let's get these heaters up. Where are you? Heat, that's what we want. Put it on max. Job done. Should be nice and toasty when we get back in. Right, he's definitely in here because I can hear him. I think he might be on the phone.
Well, I'm not happy. You know I wanted this. I've been trying for years to get that patch. God almighty, I can't believe he's gone and outbid me. Well, let him have it. That's what I say. Let him have it. I'm not bothered. All he's going to do is ruin the land anyway. Forget it. Useless. Absolutely useless.
Great, Tony.
What do you want?
Just dropping off your fertilizer spreader. I know you need it back for January, so yeah, I've brought it back. I've placed it back where I found it, so it's just in your shed. Anyway, I can tell you're busy, so I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, well, I was busy. Now I'm not. Anyway, sorry to take it out on you. It's not your fault. Do me a favour. Pass a message on for George. Just tell him Tony says well played. Well played.
Okay. Pass a message on to George. Tell him that you said well played. Okay, I will do. I'd rather probably not get involved, but I'll pass the message on. So, see you later. Now, I wonder if they play online chess or something. Maybe they do. Maybe he just took his queen. I really haven't got a clue what he was just going on about. But he wasn't happy. I feel sorry for the guy that was on the other end of that phone. I really do. Pass the message on to George. Well played. Well played. Right, I think I'll put that back. It's not back where we found it, but I'm hoping George won't notice. Look at the weather. Luckily the snow's not sticking, but Yeah, we've got plenty more on the horizon. It's been non-stop all day. What are we now? 20 to 4? Yeah, I've just decided to check the Leyland out as well. Now that it's nice and clean and been running for a bit, I thought, why not? Looks pretty decent, to be honest. Is that George? He's beeping me. Wonder what he wants. Right, George, are you back now?
It's been a blooming beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful. Tell you this now, Scroft. Got something good to show you. You'll love this.
Okay, that sounds really good.
What's that smell?
What about? What's that smell?
What's that smell? I know that smell anywhere. Have you been using my tractor?
Maybe. Yeah, I have. I'll be honest, I have. In fact, I did the fertilizer spreading in it. George, how the hell did you know I used the tractor? From a smell.
I know the smell of that diesel anywhere. It's got a different scent to it. I know my tractor's scent. And that is pretty distinct to me, and I know for a fact you've been using it. Next time, I'm taking them keys with me. I knew you'd do it. I knew you'd drive that tractor. First chance you got.
Well, like you said, George, it's a nice tractor. I mean, how about you let me drive that from now on, and I'll let you drive the Leyland.
Ooh. No, you have got me interested. I do like that Leyland, but I do like my Ford. No deal. I'm still not letting you drive that, even though you end up doing it anyway.
Alright, and George, no worries. Anyway, what do you want to show me?
Well, we're going to have to take a drive, so go turn that Leyland off, stop wasting fuel, faffing about like always, and you can drive.
Okay, I'll get it done and then I'll jump in. What the hell is he on about? How did he smell the fact that I've been driving there? It's a bit strange, isn't it? But also impressive as well at the same time.
Keep going this way.
Yeah, will do.
Freezing outside, isn't it, today? Absolutely freezing. It's been difficult. I'll tell you that. I've been out in it all day.
It is cold, George, but why haven't you got the heaters on?
Well, I didn't know that cold.
Well, I think it's cold.
You'll be alright. Not too far now, not too far.
Alright, I'm bored. So you've been out all day. Has this got something to do with what you're showing me?
It certainly has. It certainly has, Scroft.
Okay.
We're coming up to it now on your right.
Okay, what do you want me to do? Drive in?
Yeah, open the gate, and then we'll drive in.
You want me to open the gate?
Of course I do. Not freezing out there.
Yep, I thought so. What's this then? Land for sale. Cots and Sons. Sold. Wait a minute. Sold? I wonder. Has George gone and done something here? Let's drive in and find out. I'll be surprised if he has. George, he says there that there's some land for sale here and it's been sold.
It certainly does.
Is this by any chance now yours?
It's ours. I've gone and bought this land. I've been trying to buy this for some time. And let me tell you, I'm not the only one that wanted this. There's some history in this place for me. And I'm absolutely over the moon that I now own it. So let's get out and have a look around.
Rightio. Absolutely amazing, George. So, we own all this then?
I'll show you exactly the boundaries. There's a little bit of a pond here. which is nice.
Yeah, it is. I bet it'd look really nice in the summer.
Scroft, it looks glorious. I used to come fishing here, and I used to bring the missus back in the day.
Are these some beehives?
Yeah, they are. Obviously, it's been a while since they've been in use, but you never know. You might be able to do a bit of honey every now and again.
Yeah, I think we should maybe look into that. Right, so where are we looking then, George?
Right, hop back in, and I'll show you. Just follow that track round.
Alright, and follow the track round. Don't we just drive over the grass?
Yeah, keep going. Get over that defilade.
Radio. George, is this all your land, this whole field?
It certainly is, Scroft. Look at it.
Wow, this is a lot of grass work. Sure we can do this with the kit we've got?
This is what you wanted. This is what you've been asking for. And we've got it. And when we have the new farm, we're going to need all this. Trust me. We'll use it all.
Yeah, we certainly will. So, that's the boundary there.
Yeah, and that's Tony's field, that is. So we might want to put a 6-foot wall up.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I dropped the spreader off at Tony's. Do you know what he said to me? He asked me to pass you a message on. And he wasn't happy as well. He was on the phone to someone he wasn't happy. And his message was, well played. Well played. What are you laughing at, George? That isn't. That was a bit creepy, that laugh was.
Well, you know why, don't you? He wanted this land. And we've gone and bought it.
You've gone and bought it, George, not me.
Ah, but it's ours. We're going to work on this. Right, carry on down here, and I'll show you where our boundary ends, because it's not as far as you think.
Okay.
Right, stop about here.
Will do, will do.
Right, you see this line here? This is where our boundary ends. So we're going to need to put a fence up. That's going to be one of the first jobs we do. Separate our field. Put a fence up.
Yeah, I do think that's a pretty good idea. I don't mind getting to work on that. It'll probably be a big task, but I don't mind getting to work on it. If you get me the fence posts, depends how you're going to do it.
We'll just get some chicken wire and some fence posts. That'll do for us. We're not going to keep any animals in here. But then again, maybe we will. We'll find out.
Tony doesn't own that field, does he?
Nah, he doesn't own that. That chap's a decent bloke. Don't worry about that.
That's good news then. She's massive, George. Absolutely massive. I can't believe it. I imagine we're going to get busy in here and do some work.
Well, that's the plan. And you never know. We could split this in half. We might be able to do some arable in this field as well.
Hey, I never thought of that, George. That's a pretty decent idea. Yeah, we could split it, couldn't we? If it's too much grass work, we can actually split it and do some arable.
Yeah, but that's only if that canola pays off. I want to see how that works out first. Our main focus has got to be on improving the dairy side of things.
Fair play, George. I think dairy side is the bread and butter. Without that, we wouldn't even have a farm. So I agree with you on that. But I'm sure when the new farm's there, we'll be able to figure out a little bit more.
Ah, that's true. Anyway, pull over by the pond and we'll just have a quick sit. We'll take it in for a bit.
Yeah, fair play, George. I think that's a good idea. I have to say, George, I'm well impressed with this. You've done a cracking job. I think it's going to open up a lot of options for us going forward.
Me too, Scroft. Me too.